Good day, everyone. I want to welcome to class 2 of our Python for electrical engineering students. So this is the second class that we are going to be taking. The first class will dealt with the course content. We actually went through everything we are going to be covering in electrical engineering using Python in electrical engineering. So the second part now will be going to our first content, which is looking at the definition and the history of Python. So coming to the definition, we say Python is a high-level interpreted programming language created to make coding easier to read or write. I'm trying to increase it so that you can see, because we are getting your notes from this. I won't be writing any notes or be sending any notes from you. So please pay attention to this and jot as many things as possible. I'll be highlighting some things that you may need to jot down from this. So please take note of that. I'll be highlighting them so that you can easily jot. So Python is a high-level interpreted programming language created to make coding easier to read, write, and understand. When you say high-level language, you are talking about a language that is related to human spoken language. A language that is very related to human spoken language. A language that we can understand, that we can interact with. A language that human beings can actually use. That is just what I'm speaking now. You can understand what I'm saying, and then so that is why Python actually came in. Is the high level language. We're talking about human language, interpreted, understand, created to make coding easier to read, write, and understand. So that is why AI is very easier for us to use, because Python is one of the bedrock of artificial intelligence development. So anyway, as we go on, you will understand better. It was developed by Guido van Rossum. This is the person that developed it in 1991. Guido van Rossum. I'm doing this highlight so that you will know what you need to write when you are writing down your note. And then Python uses simple and clear syntax that resemble everyday English, which makes it suitable for beginner as well as professional developer. I'm very happy that you people are doing this course, Python. Reason because it will actually open your eyes to different things. It will let you to see what you need to do. Python uses simple and clear syntax that resemble everyday English. So it is very interesting, it's very simple. The language supports different programming approaches such as object-oriented, procedural, and functional programming. So we are still going to look at these three types of programming: the object-oriented programming, the procedural programming language, and the function programming language. We are still going to look at it as we move on. So because of its flexibility and simplicity, Python is widely used in software development, web application, data analysis, artificial intelligence, automation, cybersecurity, and scientific computing. So we need to understand these areas of application of Python. Of course, we are still going to be looking at that. We are still going to talk more on that. So one of the major strengths of Python is its large collection of libraries and framework that help programmers complete tasks more efficiently. Now, what do they mean by this? Depending on where you want to apply Python, will determine the kind of libraries that is going to be loaded, that you will need to install. So there are various types of library for Python. Now depending on the area of application, what do you want to use it for? You want to use it for web development, there are particular library you need to download. You want to use it for data analysis, there are particular library you need to download. You want to use it for any other thing. You understand? There are other, you want to use it for AI, you want to use it for algorithm, you want to use it for deep learning, you want to use it for machine learning, algorithm. There are different library for this. So that is what it says. So it has a wide area, different collections of libraries. So tools such as Django and Flask are used for web development. You understand? There is another one called Streamlit too for web development. while libraries like NumPy, Panda, and TensorFlow support data science and machine learning projects. So you need to understand that there are different libraries, there are different tools that uses that Python actually has for us to actually be able to perform what we plan to do. Python is also portable, meaning programs written in it can run on the different operating systems such as Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. So it can run on different operating systems. So there are still one or two information here you can read. So this is a person that we are talking about, the Judo van Rossum. Python was created in the late 1980s by Judo van Rossum at the Centrum Wiskunde and Informatica in the Netherlands. This is late 1980s. So that means we are talking about 88, 89. But if you look at what was actually postulated, what was said here, it was released in 1991. So this is what we are going to be talking about. So if I tell you, okay, what year was Python actually released, then you'll be able to tell me that it was released in 1991. So you don't need to tell me that it was released in 1991. You don't need to mention this time of its creation. It's officially began in this year. It was officially created in this year. It began in this year, but was released in 1991. So what you will be telling me is that it was released in 1991. Each time I ask you if you actually meet any question like that, so that you won't this 1991, 1980, and 1989 will not confuse you. So just stick to this first release in 1991. And you must know who released it, which is by Judo van Rossum. Say Guido wanted to develop a language that combines simplicity, readability, and power, while also allowing programmers to work more efficiently. So the name Python was inspired by the British comedy television show Monty Python's Flying Circus, which Guido enjoyed watching. So the first public release, Python 0.9.0, appeared in February 1991 and already included features such as exception handling, function classes, and core data type. So let's look at different versions and the development of Python. I think I put them in tabular form. Okay, you say Python 1.0 was released in 1994. Don't forget that it started with Python 0.9. So 1.0 in 1994, Python 2.0, that is in 2000, and then Python 3.0, that is in 2008. So presently we are still using Python 3.0 series. You know, I think we already have 3.4, 3.1, 2, 3. I think it's 3.3 that we are going to see it by the time we start the work. So you must, if I ask you to give me in tabular format the development and the version of Python according to the year of release. So you might be able to tell me that Python 1.0 was released in 1994, even though it began with Python 0.90, but Python 2.0 was released in 2000, Python 3.0 was released in 2008. So today, Python is regarded as one of the most widely used programming languages in the world. It is actively maintained by the Python Software Foundation, which oversees the development and promotes its global community. So it's mostly so application area of Python. We have different application area, even though it has been mentioned in our definitions. I think it is still very okay if we actually make more emphasis on it here. Now, can you see if you look at this this image here, we see that they put web development here, desktop application here, software development, education, database access, network programming, game development, and 3D graphics. It's not limited to this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 8. This is not actually limited to this. There are wide different areas of application of Python, and which are actually still mentioned here below. I still mention some of them and tell you some of the library. You know, I mentioned the other time that there are some, each of the area of application of Python has different libraries. that works there. So in web development, these are the common libraries that are being used there: Django, Flask, and Fast API. I understand you are an electrical student, but I think it is very, very, very okay if you can actually listen very well and take caution, or take take a good ear, so that you understand this. You know, understand. There is no way you'll be able to use Python if you don't understand the basics. So everything we are going to be dealing with are going to be the basics. But we are going to get to the area where we are going to be using it to generate signal processing, to check comparison with to draw the variance between voltage and current when you are talking about power, and different things like that. So, but you need to understand all these basics, the language, how you can use it, some of the variables, the characters, and everything that is being needed. So, as you are looking at the application area of Python, this is web development. You must be able to tell me it's used in web development, so you must understand. Write this, then can then get your definition from this. Then you understand the web development. Then you can look at the uses, the key libraries. Look at the key libraries, the area of applications, and the key library that involved. I can ask you to give me what are the area of application of Python, and give me 2 key libraries in each of them. I already told you that questions don't come from heaven. Questions come from what I will teach you in class. So please take note of this. So we have data science and data analysis. Then we have library, NumPy and Panda, Matplotlib, and Seaborn. We have artificial intelligence and machine learning. We have TensorFlow. These are the libraries: TensorFlow, Keras, Scikit-learn, and Python. We have scientific and numerical computing. We have the key library CP, SymPy, and NumPy. We have cybersecurity and ethical hacking. We have Scapy, Request, and Paramiko. We have automation and scripting, and we have Selenium, PyAuto, GUI, OS, Moodle. Then we have desktop application where we have Tickettype, PyQt, and Kiwi. We have game development where we have Pygame and Panda 3D. And we have cloud computing and development operating system where we have Boto, Ansible, and Fabric. We have Internet of Things and robotic, which we have the key library, MicroPython, and the Raspberry Pi, and OpenCV. It is being used also area of application, mobile application development. We have Kiwi, Beware. We have database also management where we have SQLite 3, Psychog, and then SQLite Chemi. Then that is that about that. So we are still going to look at the specific area of application in electrical engineering, since this is your own area. So you must be able to understand the general application of Python in the world. That is what we mentioned here, and you must be able to understand this key area of application, especially this 8 key area of application. Now, if you notice that some of these key area of application, I don't even mention them here, so you must know that it is widely used in different areas. So understand this general area of application, and you understand the specific area of application. So I will be we'll be stopping here because I don't want to make the video too long, so that be able to cover it one after the other. So please make sure that you write out your notes from this, please. It's very important. You can scroll too late and pause it, I think it's clear enough for you to write your notes. So take care, then we meet in the next class. Thank you.